Hey guys, and welcome to our latest Kronos AV Review Diaries. Today we are taking a look at the Luxsin X9. Now this is probably a brand that you're not familiar with, however their sister company, or the parent company if you like, will be someone you will certainly know, as this is essentially a division of Eversolo. Luxsin has really been created to be a specialised division of Eversolo, and the X9 starts out basically as a headphone amplifier, preamp with a built-in DAC and streaming capabilities as well. It's designed to essentially be a desktop audio solution, and it comes in just under £1,000. So when we go through the spec of this little box, you will be amazed at how much you're getting for your money. Of course, like the streamers and the amps, etc. that Eversolo have done previously, this does offer exceptional value for money. It really is at the cutting edge of technology. It's very, very user-friendly and easy to use. So essentially what you're getting is obviously a brand that has Eversolo behind it, that obviously therefore means the customer care, everything they build is exceptional quality, and you have all that feedback essentially from a much, much larger company. To give you a little bit of an idea of the Luxsin, as I mentioned before, it's essentially set up mainly as a headphone amplifier. It does, of course, have a preamp built in as well, though, so you could add, for example, a power amplifier to this and turn it in, obviously, to a more conventional two-channel system. It has, for example, 2 subwoofer outs as well, so again, you can use it as a more sort of 2-channel bass system, or a 2.1 or 2.2 if you're using the subs. So there's a lot of capability with this little amp, but in its purest form, it is essentially mainly a headphone amplifier. But it's a very, very impressive headphone amplifier. So this is running flagship DAC chips. We're talking sort of AK4499 DAC chips in this. Really, really high quality. It's got femtosecond clocks. So this is not really messing around. This is a really, really high spec unit. Wi-Fi and Bluetooth streaming capability. On the front, of course, you'll see headphone wise 4.4, 6.3 and 4-pin XLR. So plenty of connection there for most headphone ranges. Full touchscreen capability, as you always expect with Eversolo. And then, of course, obviously just a volume knob, etc. But what's really, really impressive with this is the technology and the software that it also has inside. So this first and foremost has auto impedance detection. So when you plug your headphones in, it will automatically essentially tell you what it thinks the impedance should be set at for that headphone. Now, you still have full control over the choice of the impedance that you want, but it will recommend what it seems fit to be the correct impedance value. Moreover than that, it also has a headphone database built in. So already it has 2,500 headphones built into this database, and you can essentially go in, find your headphone, and this will then obviously select it, and this will set up itself for that specific headphone. So again, it can be used essentially in effectively full auto, which means it'll do all the work for you and set it up as it sees fit to get the best out of your headphones, but you also have manual control as well. So you can tweak things, change things, or do the setup yourself to suit your own needs. But to have that sort of technology, that auto impedance detection, to have that database of headphones where it's going to give you at the very least an exceptional bass setting for your headphones is incredible. And of course, as new headphones are released, there do updates for these all the time. So when new headphones do come out, you don't need to worry about this being future-proof, because they are doing updates to increase that library. So more and more headphone models will of course be covered, but obviously with 2,500 out there, they are covering a very, very wide range. Again, on the back, we have an RCA inputs here as well. We have HDMI ARC, we have optical, we have USB. Obviously you've got triggers as well if you want to add, as I say, the likes of the power amps and things like that. And we also have XLR. So We have RCA in, we have RCA out and XLR out. So again, you have the single-ended and the balanced options there. If you did want to run it as a more of a pre-amplifier. As a headphone amplifier, obviously, it's effectively an all-in-one unit because, as I said before, you have your Wi-Fi or your Bluetooth, so your source essentially can be built in here. And again, everything can be controlled through the touchscreen. So as a one-box solution for headphones, it is absolutely ideal. Obviously, as I said before, you can then obviously link in the preamp stage if you want to make it into more of a sort of two-channel setup. You have a very sophisticated DAC, you have a very sophisticated clock. So this is a seriously impressive little unit. As you can imagine, therefore, sonically, this was very, very impressive when we tried it. It gives you everything you need. We tried various headphones. The audio detection system is very, very good. It seems to be pretty much on point from what we can see. Also, obviously, that headphone library was really, really useful when we plugged it in. You know, most of the headphones we tried were all there. We could just do an auto setup, hit it, and ready to go. And we were more than happy with the sound and the setup that it had chosen. The fact as well, though, that you have that manual override, if you want, means you can play around with it a little bit, tweak the sound, and see what's best for you, obviously, individually. But, I mean, as you can see, for under £1,000 as well, it's really beautifully built. There's all the same CNC machined casework, chassis, full touchscreen, really high quality connections, both here in the front and the rear. You know, it's a really solid, good quality unit. As I say, it's perfect, obviously, for a desktop audio setup, but even for someone that wants to add, say, a headphone amplifier into their main system, this is ideal. And certainly if you're trying, maybe want to get into headphones for the first time, you know, this is a great way to do it without breaking the bank. And of course, then if you love this, there's other options you can then go for to develop that headphone system. But, you know, it's a perfect way in because obviously I know as the world evolves as well, we're seeing headphones growing in popularity. Sometimes the ability to play a two-channel system isn't there, you know, if you're living in apartment blocks or something like that, you know, so headphones can often be the solution to that. And yeah, I mean, if that's something you want to obviously look at, the Luxsin is obviously a perfect way to do that. Even for somebody that, you know, has headphone systems in the past, again, this is a perfect, beautiful, compact little system. Comes with a full 6-year warranty here at Kronos AV. We do have stock now as well, so essentially you can get this in store or online and get listening straight away. Again, obviously, of course, at the back here, you can adjust the mains cables and things, so you can upgrade that to make an improvement. And again, obviously, your choice of power amp, speakers, etc. If you do choose to use it that way, we can, of course, offer advice on what's the best way to do that. And some of the components we've tried that works really, really well. And again, if anyone wants to come in and have a listen, try some headphones, try out that library, etc. for yourselves, you're more than welcome as always. But for us, for sub £1,000, there is just literally nothing to criticise, really. It does everything you could want. It's got really, really sophisticated software, sonically very good, built very well, and obviously comes from a very, very reputable brand behind it. So overall, for £1,000, we recommend coming in, having a look and a listen. Of course, all the details are available on our website as well. So if you want to go through them in more detail, of course you can. And as always, this is a very, very quick overview video. So if you want to give us a call or drop us an email to go through it in more detail, we're more than happy to do that, of course, and take as much time as you need and answer any questions you have. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope it's given you a little bit of an insight into the Luxsin amplifier. And I hope you get the opportunity soon to call in and have a listen for yourself. Thanks again so much for listening. I will see you soon in the next one.